Hello, my sweet angel. I am so excited to be here right now. I've tried recording this like 3 or 4 times and it's not working. I don't know what's going on. So I'm really, really hoping that this one does work. But honestly, if I'm a day late to posting it, this is why. But, anyways, welcome back to my channel. Today, we're diving into something that so many of us women feel so deeply. It's that pull towards a version of ourselves that we know exists, but we just can't figure out how to get there. Maybe you felt that too. I know I definitely have been through phases in my life where I felt that because you know the woman that you want to become, but the actual steps to becoming her can feel really unclear or overwhelming. So let me just take the pressure off right now. Becoming your next level self is not about reinventing your entire life, okay? It's about upgrading one meaningful area at a time, one shift, one habit, one choice that brings you closer to the woman that you're becoming. So, what does next level self actually mean? To me, your next level self means the best version of yourself, the happiest, the most fulfilled, the most abundant, the healthiest, the one that carries around the least amount of stress and just lives a carefree, happy life. Your next level self is simply the version of you who feels closer to your best self. And when I say best self, I don't mean that you're going to be perfect. I don't mean that it's some unrealistic Pinterest version of you. She's you, but she has this elevated energy about her. So let me just rewind and take you back for a minute because the first time I realized that I really wanted to become my best self or step into the next level version of myself was when I was in college. I was, to be honest, completely lost. I felt very overwhelmed. I felt super disconnected. I always had brain fog. I was always late to things. I never felt good. I always felt like I was dragging all this extra weight with me. Like it felt like when I would walk, my feet would stick to the ground almost, like it was like slow motion. And I remember I would look at the girls that looked like they were living their best life, that the version I was seeing of them was the best version of themselves. And I remember how hard I was on myself. Like I was constantly looking in the mirror, picking myself apart, comparing myself to these girls. And I just remember I had to get to a place where I first sat in silence and just reflected and figured out what I actually wanted out of my life. Like, what was the best version of myself? So, the area that I wanted to level up in the most when I first started was my physical wellness. Honestly, when I started my personal development journey, I felt really overwhelmed. I just felt like I was too behind. It made me feel like I was never going to get there. But what helped me was when I broke it up into small, actionable steps and I started tracking my habits. I started to be more mindful about how I went about my day to day and how I spent my time on the daily. And honestly, what shifted when I started taking my routines seriously was I was proud of myself. I was really proud that I kept consistently showing up to become the best version of myself. And that's why I created the Well-Being Blueprint. It keeps me aligned with who I want to be without making it feel extremely overwhelming. It gives me direction, holds me accountable, and gives me a calm sense of structure that really impacts how I show up every single day. I created the Well-Being Blueprint, not just for me, but for you too. And it's so powerful because it gives you structure for becoming your next level self. There's no more guessing, no more starting over every single Monday because you fell off track the week before. It helps you stay accountable without being so hard on yourself that you decide to quit. It breaks your wellness into simple, repeatable rituals. It aligns your daily actions with your bigger identity shift, and it gives measurable proof of your progress, which builds confidence. If you want to become your next level self, you have to know what she does daily and weekly. How does she speak to herself? How does she show up in rooms? What habits does she live by? What boundaries does she honor? What does she no longer tolerate from the people around her? What routines support her energy and confidence? What are the small things that she does every single day that make her feel like her best self? Ask yourself all of those questions. Figure out what your next level self shows up like and start embodying that. If I asked you right now, if you woke up tomorrow and you were living your dream life, what would it look like? And you told me you didn't know, that's a problem. You have to know what she does every single day, every single week. What does that look like? It can't be so far away that you can't even imagine what it would look like. Like you need to lock in and actually decide what your dream life looks like and then start creating habits that actually support that. My well-being blueprint is the roadmap for that. It turns the identity that you want into habits that you can actually practice and track. Now let's break down how you can create your next level self routine using the well-being blueprint. So first and foremost, your daily foundations. These are your stability anchors. These are what keep you grounded, the habits that support your energy, mood, and mindset. Things like hydration. Like I make sure I drink 3 liters of water every single day because I know when I don't, the next day I wake up feeling like ass and I don't really want to get out of my bed. Also have very bad brain fog, things like that. Movement is another really good one. You don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to go to a workout class. You simply can go for a walk by yourself. Just be mindful of your movement. Creating a simple morning or evening routine. This one is huge because so many people thrive on routines, including myself. I need a routine. Gratitude. This one is so important because once you take the time to be grateful for the things that you already do have, it's really easy for you to start noticing all of the other things that you can be grateful for. And also just keeping you in that positive headspace where you're looking at all of the positives instead of looking at yourself in the mirror and picking out all of the negative things that you see. You focus more on the positives. Yeah, sure, maybe the negative things pop in a little bit, but more so you're going to focus on the positives. Moving on to weekly anchors. These help you reset, plan, and stay grounded. Things like habit tracking, meal planning, or planning your workouts, or just being mindful of what you had for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, drinks that day. This is where the growth happens. Your blueprint helps you identify what worked, what didn't, what needs adjusting, where you grew, what you're proud of. Because your next level self isn't built in these dramatic overnight life changes. She's built in the small daily moments, the everyday choices, the follow through that no one else sees. If you're ready to start stepping into the best version of yourself, not someday, but today, I created a completely free well-being blueprint just for you. Inside, you'll get a daily wellness log, weekly habit tracker, and a weekly reflection page, everything that you need to stay aligned, consistent, and accountable. You can download it completely for free using the link in the show notes. If you're ready to start building your next level self with clarity and confidence, this is for you. If you loved today's video, please make sure to subscribe and leave a thumbs up and comment down below one small shift you're making today to step into your next level self. That's it for today. I hope you have the best week. I love you so much. Forehead kiss. Mwah. Bye, babes.